Not enough sense of urgency.
Walking up to the line of scrimmage, you got to get up there and get set and be ready to go.
They'll roll him out right. And he's going to keep it here. And pull and scramble a first down, a 16-yard gain.
That was earning a first down the hard way. You want your quarterback to be a scrapper, but you also want to keep him upright. He paid for that first down by taking a big-time hit.
Now it's Jackson rolling to his left. He's going to take off with it. Shouting defenders at the 15. And they'll get this down to the 10.
Now that was an inspirational scramble for a first down, all the while absorbing a big-time hit. Well, we know the guys in the huddle appreciate what he's doing. But how about the guys in the press box, the luxury boxes, the guy who signs his checks, and especially the main guy with the headset on the sideline? I'm not so sure they like that so much.
Eluding the pressure right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
They don't want it, boys. They don't want it. They don't want it.
Well, there you go, from red zone to red zone on that fumble return.
It's amazing how fast things can turn around, isn't it? I mean, it looks like one team's driving, got everything taken care of. All of a sudden, the ball's on the ground or popped in the air, and whoosh, there you go in the other direction. Good job by the defense. You see how they practiced that, too. You can tell. Coordinated as soon as they got the ball.
And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the... And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line. They've got this big lead. They said, forget 1, we want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable that they even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a give right side. Carson. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 6 there on the first down play. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. Spins past him. And now running right through him.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here's Jones on the return. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. It's complete to Snead. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Off the bootleg, Jackson. Oh, it stays up. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Cassius Marsh in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And he was plus 5 seconds there with the football. Is there a time that a quarterback has to get rid of it?
Somewhere generally around 3 seconds. So just like we're playing in our turkey bowl, right, in our backyards, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, that ball better be gone because anything past that, that's usually the end result.
A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third. He may try and run for this. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got... Coverage good downfield. How do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, that'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. A nice little juke. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. He can run for it, and he will. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. He's at the 50, the 40, the 20. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it first and goal as they look to punch in a late score. This is Carson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Nick Vanette there to make the grab. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. He's got it, and the score's now 27-14. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. They should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off, and there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. He won't go down. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally marked down at the 23. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss. But with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. He's got the first down inside the 10. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, his second touchdown of the afternoon as the Ravens push further out in front. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well at hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And the kick goes outside the white lines. That's why the flag comes out.
Yes, and that was an error by the kicker, and it will give the offense great starting field position.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Wilson to throw. And that will be incomplete.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last.
I'm the coach. Coach, they love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the inner harbor of Baltimore. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the New England Patriots and the Baltimore Ravens.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 65 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The very first play from scrimmage, how about that? Talk about setting a tone.
And people always talk about doing exactly that in the first 5 minutes of the game.
And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. He can't get him down. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you don't like that call on the opening drive of the game.
It's a very strong limb that you're out on right now. Okay, look, the game between college and the NFL continues to creep closer, but that is truly a college play, not an NFL play. Because you'd snap the ball from the 3-yard line there, whether it's going for 1 or going for 2. So it makes sense to try it that way to maybe fake it. In this case, from the 15, makes 0 sense.
And now your lead's just 6-0 instead of 7-0. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run with White. Oh, a nice spin. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, all that dancing and juking is great, but sometimes you guys just leave that on the ballroom floor. Put your nose down and try and gain some yardage.
Was one good move, but couldn't get anywhere. Tackle for a loss. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Oh, a quarterback sneak on 2nd down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, I think the effort was there, but sometimes the defense is just a little bit better. No gain on the quarterback sneak. No place to go.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. 5-yard loss. 4th down now. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive.
Fake it from deep in their own territory. Allen hit. He lost the football. And a top recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just...
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Here's Jackson. Incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Disaster there, a huge loss. Dante Hightower. He's the one who's going to get credit for the sack, and he, like the rest of us, have to be saying, okay. Now from way back there after the sack, it's 3rd and goal, a long 3rd and goal. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be. Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown. And this is going to come up well short as they stop them on 4th down.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. Ooh, the juke. Shreds the tackle. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Brady escaping, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kenny Young showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Edelman was the intended target.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
He trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Well, we'll see what his offense can do. Oh, some strong running. 20. There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. Justin Tucker for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he'll advance no further, so he can't bring it back for 2, but the extra point attempt is unsuccessful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't mix them what it was.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Ravens have got it. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20. Get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson flushed out right. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
Now Jackson. Flush. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. Jackson off the bootleg, eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. He's got the first down inside the 10, and finally down at the 9-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground.
They go play action with Jackson. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off. Touchdown, Ravens. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Brady gives to Michelle. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Brady not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it here on 4th. They do go for it. It's Brady. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
Defense.
Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. On 2nd down, Ingram. They find some open field here. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram. 27 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker now to add the point after.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offense...
And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a two-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic, faking it. I can understand. You want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
Did the same. It smelled terrible. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing now is Brady. Steps away to his left. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. On play action, now Brady escaping the pressure right. That's caught by his tight end, Matt Lacoste. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now a play fake, Brady. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Brandon Carr on the coverage there.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back.